John Jameson, John Jameson. He told me that the payload was a virus aimed at killing their tech. Now the blood is on my hands. Do you think they're really done yet? They knew that it was lethal, exactly how much power. They tricked me into carrying out this lie. Side impact perimeters, cold as an ice pick, to the flower that gives them life. They told me I was here to kill their drives, just the drives. Now I'm seeing many millions of those bugs die, and I don't want this on my hands. John Jameson, John Jameson, John Jameson, John Jameson. this old tub, there's just the three of us, lost in heart and soul. Nobody knows if it's gonna be safe, but oh, we're gonna break some rules. This cold vacuum through that bulkhead boy. No one's gonna hold your hand. If you wanna stay here, then pour me a beer, and I'm sure we'll have a good old time. Three guys, one ship. Lost in the heart and soul. Three guys, one ship. Hiding in the black, will they ever come back? Somewhere safe from attack, find a sweet spot and call it home. I got a fertile lands for some high romance. Go, 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 there's gotta be. I got the highest bounty, given half a chance. Go, 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 there's gotta be. I got a moldy crew, just me and you. Choose your role, you know what to do. Oh yeah. I got myself a mission, gonna get dark in commission. Then speeding through your mouth, not all night long. Go, go, go. There's an action that cause the daddy's got a big call that's all highway out for the morning call. Go, 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 let's go. Get our highway out before the morning comes. Yeah, the local gangs like to try it on. Go, 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 let's go. I'm only jealous of my huge cannon. It's a big one, Scobby. I get more action than I ever could. Handing in my bounties, oh, it feels so good. Myself a mission, gonna get dark in commission. I'm speeding through your mail slot all night long. Go, go, go. I love to hang out longer, but the daddy's got an anaconda, so I'll highway out before I see those guns. Go, 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 let's go. I love to live in anarchy. It's the only way a man can be free. But the legends are really fast, so come on board, I'll take you for a blast. Well, I'm not sweeping and the hull is red. I don't give a damn if you're in for a fair. The power to guns got you in my sight. Ready for action? You know it feels alright. Yeah, fly around looking cool in Super Cruise. Go, go, Scobby. My agent ain't for the lads, it cannot lose. It's a hot one, Scobby. Will I interdict? You can't predict. Play cat or mouse until we both submit. Myself a mission, gonna get dark in commission. Then speeding through your mail slot all night long. Go, go, go. Come on, don't be frightened. For some zero-G excitement, let me tumble through the address for some fun. Go, 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 let's go. Let me tumble through your hands rest for some fun. Oh, 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 yeah. John Jameson, John Jameson, John Jameson. Don't want
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite.
And the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous.
And the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 543 of Lave Radio, the show that talks about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, Chief Archivist on Lave Station, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have, as usual, our Head of Health and Safety, Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
Good evening.
We have our SRV Banksy, the legendary Commander Alec Turner.
Good evening, all.
And, of course, we have our Chief Staff Liaison Officer. I think I've just given you a promotion there, Psychic.
Hey, I love it.
Otherwise known as Claire.
Hello.
We're paying them more.
Yeah, we've
multiplication of 0 is still 0, Ben.
Hey, you get 200% pay rise. Don't complain.
So, if you wish, you can join us live. Ben is flying about in the universe. We don't have a Chris with us staring longingly out of the window. But yes, he's hanging out in game. If you can't get to us in game, you can always join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio, or look for Lave Radio on YouTube. We're there as well. Unfortunately, something serious has happened, and I think I have to hand over to Psykit for an important announcement.
On the vast, unyielding cosmic space, the Panther Clipper needs to end its flight. And now it comes to find itself a place to pause and rest its engines for the night. Thrusters guide the ship through the letterbox this metal monster scrapes through in one piece. It mines the greens, but alas, our inbox is filled with missives to desist and cease. So while the engines stop and clippers rest, the crew discuss the apt way to behave. And while we understand this was in jest, respond we shall, befitting folks from Lave. No matter what consequences will incur, we'll body it, so-called Commander Burr. That's all.
Do we have
Amazing.
a round of applause sound effect? Because that's the best response to a cease and desist letter we've ever had. So, you know.
I will say, just to clarify what that's about. Remember how Alex said something very, very silly last week? we received a cease and desist from the Burr Pit, and the Burr Pit requested a sonnet talking about the Panther Clipper docking, and that is what we have provided. So you better be happy now, Burr.
foolishly didn't specify that I had to read it out, so suck it.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
shouldn't
Are
laugh.
you not also wanting access or exclusive access to Doctor Strange
Nope.
7?
Nope, they're not getting that. They get a Sonnet and that,
Not
and they can like.
Yeah, the best I can give you is the soapbox engine.
That's fine. We're good. We're good.
Nah, we're okay. So after that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, Claire, what have you been up to this week?
Writing sonnets, and also what else have I been up to? We went. I'm on my Ollibobs. I've taken a week off. Both Chris and I have taken a week off, with the exception of doing Lave Radio. That's that's the one thing. But we've had like a really nice bit of chill time. We went to see Fantastic Four. The new Fantastic Four movie, which Daedalus tagged us in Blue Sky, saying he was listening to us, an old show of ours, August 2015, and we were slagging off the Fantastic Four movie in August 2015. To which I say, ain't gonna happen this time, because it is so good.
Nice. I'm hearing good things.
It has shot up my list. As we were driving home, and I said, Chris and I, we'd already discussed, both of us have a very like historical relationship with the Fantastic Four, like, and as in reading the comics and all of that kind of stuff. It's that kind of thing, and it literally is like they have stepped out of the comics onto the page. It's so beautifully well done. There were a couple of moments where you just have to suspend a little bit of disbelief with some of the graphics, like a couple of bits where it just moves. There are child animations that you can't direct a baby, so it has to be done by that. But it's so good. It's so good. It's possibly. I was driving home with Chris was driving home, and we were chatting, and I said, I'm trying to decide whether or not this goes into the list of my favorite Marvel movies, or it just goes into the list of my favorite movies. And I genuinely believe that. I think it is a stunning piece of cinema. If you're a space nerd, you have to see this film. Because I think it's more comparable to things like Gravity and Interstellar than it is to any other Marvel movie.
It's more comparable, I think, sort of to the Apollo 11 film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Apollo 13.
Mighty strong words.
No,
There's an Apollo 11 documentary.
Documentary, yeah.
Documentary, right, got you.
Yeah, Matt Chapman uses a lot of inspiration from that for some of the establishing shots. It's so good. It's so good. I literally left wanting to see it again, and I can't remember the last time I felt like that about a movie, let alone a Marvel movie. So yeah, it's very, very good. I do recommend it. I do want to go and see it in game. I finished Mass Effect 2 with 100% Renegade. Yes.
Yay.
Which was really, really good. Which was really, really fun. It's not an evil run. It's
getting the job done run.
It's a shepherd takes no shit run. That it's really fun. So we got that done, and then I did a absolute metric fuck ton of hauling in my clipper, in my new Panther clipper, and that was also really fun. And that was the last time I'm in game. I ended up in the top 25%. I'm probably not in the top 25% anymore, but I think I'm still in the top 75%, and that's the important bit.
Yeah. Excellent. Ben?
Well, like Claire, I also went to see Fantastic Four, and I definitely agree with a lot of the things she said. Did you know that a lot of the cast who were in the earlier Fantastic Four movies?
Yep, I can tell you exactly where they were in there. Yep, I can do that.
I thought it was beautiful that he did that.
Yep, so good.
Also, though, have you seen Marvel YouTube, Marvel's own YouTube, released an hour-and-a-half intro to the Fantastic Four on their YouTube channel.
Oh, I haven't, but I will be watching
It's
that.
amazing!
I will be watching that. We got home and we put on a YouTube channel which like shows all of like the highlights and all of the Easter eggs and the bits you might have missed.
Yeah. I've been deliberately avoiding new rock stars for the
Yeah, that
past
was what
few
we put
days.
on. We put on new rock stars and we were like,
Yeah.
Eric, tell me everything.
Yeah, I've been avoiding them for the past few days. I'm like, okay, show me that, show me this, show me what you made of the post-credit scenes. Did you enjoy the cartoon?
I was disappointed to have waited. It was done by Titmouse, which is really cool. I love the fact it was done by Titmouse because they do the Critical Role animation, Legend of Vox Machina. But we got to the end and we were like, did we sit through all of the credits for that? The mid-credits scene is a lot better.
Oh yeah, I think I got definite 1980s Fantastic
100%,
Four
absolutely.
cartoon vibes from watching the post-credit. So I got the member berries from that, maybe.
Yeah, I get you.
I want to ask you though, do you think which would you rank higher, Fantastic Four or Superman?
I've not seen Superman.
Okay.
So Fantastic Four, naturally.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed both of them, and I can't decide which I think is better. And who cares? They're both bloody good movies, and I'll probably see them both again. So yeah, I've done that, and I really enjoyed it. I've been doing the CG in Elite and flying me Panther Clipper around and enjoying that. Although I've just realised this afternoon after I finished work, I've been doing that in a very the only engineering I've done on it is the engines to get me to Lave last week, and then I was realising, oh yeah, that's why I'm getting beaten up by adders. So I was like, I should probably go and do things to improve my shields and things. I was like, I better go and do that just now. So that's why I'm not at the bar, is because I'm improving my shields and weapons and things. Once I've done that, I might return to the bar. I've been doing very similar CG for about an hour in Star Citizen as well, where again you're hauling steel. And it's very similar idea, except it doesn't work half the time.
What Star Citizen couldn't possibly be.
And you have to carry all the boxes yourself on you.
I have to. I will fully accept being called a weirdo and various things. I actually enjoy lugging the boxes out of the cargo bay and stacking them properly on my ship so that it all fits nicely and everything. I enjoy that.
Oh, it's the OCD kicking in. It's the OCD.
It is completely OCD. But I appreciate that. And yeah, I like that sort of, I can jump in my mech suit and I can like yeet the box over here, and then I can sort of look where I want to put it on the bay and say, okay, you're going out first, so you go over there, and you're on my second run, you go over there. And I'm loving all that kind of stuff. But then it also gets bloody boring sometimes. And on top of that, those two, I've been pushing through with Grand Theft Auto, and I'm about at the point where we all get kicked off to Trevor's house, but I'm not quite there yet. For the very first time, I'm trying to get Michael to do the Epsilon stuff, because I've never done any of the Epsilon quest lines in GTA 5. So I've also been doing that. And oh yeah, for the very, very first time, I made my own guacamole, and it was lovely.
Can I just say, fair play to Fortnite for actually saying we've got skins for the Fantastic Four instead of what they originally put. Right.
Oh God.
Did they have Fantastic Four skins?
Did they?
They changed it
have Fantastic
quickly.
Four skins. Oh man, Fantastic Four
skins. Yeah,
amazing.
I'm impressed you can say Fantastic Four without singing it, I have to admit. Marvel's marketing people hit the beat with that bloody.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy who wrote Who wrote the Incredibles theme tune, like all of the stuff for the
That would not
Incredibles
surprise me at all.
and Inside Out, and it's a couple of his name escapes me at the moment, but he wrote the theme tune to the Incredibles and Inside Out, and like those and a couple of other Pixar movies as well. But he knows how to make a soundtrack slap. He really does.
Yeah.
Excellent. Alec.
Hi.
Hello.
I have not seen the Fantastic Four, but I'm really going to have to
Fantastic!
now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Amazing.
I'll
My
stick
week.
coffee there.
Indeed, my week has. It's been a week of two halves. We'll come on to the second half later. Friday, I took a day off work and we went to. I've talked about this on the show before. We went back to a place called the Sculpture Park in Surrey, which I adore. It might be one of my favourite places to go in the UK, actually. It's exactly what it says on the tin, really. It's, I don't know how many acres, but it's a huge wooded area. So you're walking through woods and there's this little stream that runs through it. So you're crossing over bridges and it's so beautiful. And you kind of can't see very far because it's so heavily wooded. So, and what they've done is they have hundreds and hundreds of sculptures dotted through the woods and in everywhere. But you only see a few at a time because it's all so beautifully landscaped, and they're all for sale. They're stupid money, but they have a big compound in the middle, and there are sculptors working on site who you can go and chat to. But the sculptures are just incredible, particularly in that setting. There's whatever sort of stuff you like, there will be stuff that appeals and stuff that doesn't. So there's loads of sculptures of skeletons that I find really funny. There was one with his foot caught in a man trap doing this fantastic sort of backwards scream, and there was an amazing sculpture done in like rusty iron of a pack of wolves coming through the forest, like life size, and they were just incredible. And I found a new fun game to play this time, which is the sculptures have titles. Some quite pretentious, some amazingly mundane that literally say what the sculpture is. And the really fun game is to make up your own titles. My favorite of which, and I suspect nobody on this listening to this will get it, is there was a set of iron spikes in the forest with loads of shoes impaled on them. And my ultimate title for that was Dan. And to explain the joke a bit, it's the bit where Alan Partridge steps on a spike, which is one of my favourite Partridge scenes, and then starts shouting Dan across the car park. But yeah, it's an amazing place. If you just Google it, the Sculpture Park in Surrey, highly recommended. I didn't watch Fantastic Four. I did watch Blackberry on Netflix, which was fantastic. I watched Better Man, which was I really enjoyed Better Man, actually. Great film. And last night we saw an extraordinary little film. It's only an hour long. It's a Japanese film, and it's called Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. And it's almost like a student project, but it's completely bonkers. So this this guy has got a TV screen in his room, and he works above a cafe. And there's a TV screen down in the cafe, and basically one of the screens shows what's happening on the other screen 2 minutes in the future. So he starts off by he's in his room, and then he appears on his own screen and says, "I'm talking to you from the future. You've got to come down and see this." And then he goes down and looks at the screen and goes, "I'm talking to you from the future." So you hear almost every bit of dialogue twice. And you think you've got it, like it's pretty straightforward, the premise. Except then they take one of all his mates turn up and they're all having fun with it, and then they take one of the screens downstairs and face it the other, so that there's like an infinite echo of 2 minutes and 2 minutes beyond that and 2 minutes beyond that, and then all the bits of dialogue are happening like 15 minutes later. You're still hearing bits of dialogue on the screen that was said 15 minutes ago. and it completely does your head in. You're like, hang on, I thought I had this, and now I'm completely lost. What the hell's going on? And also, amazingly, the entire thing is shot in one take on a mobile phone.
Wow.
So it's kind of mind bending. It's really interesting. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I got my iPod repaired yesterday as well, which was quite exciting. I didn't know anyone did that.
iPod.
My iPod, my 160 gigabyte iPod Classic.
You
Its headphone socket
Wouldn't it have
gave up
been
the
cheaper
ghost.
just to replace it with
don't make
even an
iPods
iPhone?
anymore.
I love my iPod Classic. It's such a brilliant bit of kit. The battery will last forever. It's got all my music on it. I love it. I love it. I will happily pay 50 quid for
Is that the
someone.
one that was an actual hard drive
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
CD
yeah, yeah.
reel?
It's an amazing bit of kit.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with you. I loved mine for ages.
The build and the quality of it. The battery is insane. I mean, I've had it like God knows 15 years, and the battery is as good as it ever was. It's amazing. Anyway,
I'm gonna step into the realms of being an old person now and say I really, really miss my phone not having a headphone jack for listening to music. I
I know what you
really
mean.
hate
You,
my
you
phone
can
not
get
having
little
headphones.
adapters
I
on
know you
Amazon
can.
for that.
I know you can, but I also like to plug it in and charge it at the same time when
Right.
I listen to music when I'm listening in bed,
Yeah.
and that's really frustrating.
I remember when
Sorry.
I had to get my
No.
iPad replaced. The last one I got my iPad replaced, and then I spent like 20 minutes looking in disbelief, going, "It doesn't have a headphone socket. What? It doesn't have I couldn't get my head around the fact that it didn't have a headphone socket."
I know I jumped the gun on this a wee bitty. I've been using wireless headphones for ages now. So I never really missed not having the
Yeah.
headphone jack.
It will surprise no one to learn that all my headphones have got cables. I'm a bit of an old school tech guy. Anyway, in game, I followed my advice on last week's show, and I took all my annoying pre-built ships. Yes, I know it's a nice problem to have. And I flew them all down to the arse end of the California Nebula while I was visiting some colonization systems, and deployed them all there, so they no longer clutter up my shipyard list. Job done. I did the delivery CG, of course, with my Panther Clipper. I was in the top 50. I think I'm now fairly comfortably in the top 75. I also made Elite 1 while I was doing it.
Nice.
Trade Elite 1.
Yes, which annoyed
Cool.
me intensely because I'm of the school that elite means elite, and Elite 1 can get in the bin because what the hell.
It's still elite. It's okay. It's just elite, but better.
It annoys me.
Yeah,
Elite
how
1,
can you
what
get
the hell?
better than elite?
You can't. That's the point. You can't.
You
Anyway,
can though. You can though. There's a whole thing for it. It ranks you
Not this
from
again.
1 to 5.
Not this again. Last time we had this argument, we had a massive falling out and not having it. Move on.
Moving swiftly on, I have been doing some Dracula rally practice finally. I had an amazing run. So Commander Duck, who's been trying to hire himself out, I think has finally signed up with Tobias von Brandt for the elite races. And then we have a buckyball team as well. So I managed to get in a session with them while they were practicing. And oh God, it worked so well. It was incredible. It got to the point where me and Duck were basically, at any given point, I would be like 15 kilometers behind him. And then he would have to stop to make a pit stop repair. So he'd have to recall his ship because he was taking so much damage because of the ludicrous speeds we were going. And in that time, I would be able to overtake him. So I'd be able to cover those 15 kilometers and maybe get another, 5 in front. And then he'd set off behind me. And then he'd end up with us both going stupid speeds, with him 15 kilometers behind me. And then I'd have to stop. And we literally leapfrogged that, all 250 kilometers, the whole way there, taking it in turns to be in front. And then we weren't even competing that seriously. And then the last 50 kilometers, I think we both realized that we were basically neck and neck and just kept accelerating faster and faster. And at the end, we were both doing 180 meters a second. And the finish line is you have to go through the entrance slot of the big Dracula point planetary port, and we both missed it and smacked into the wall almost simultaneously at 180 meters a second. It was just glorious, and a good reminder of what not to do on the day. And speaking of which, it's nighttime there at the moment, and I do want to talk about night vision, but I think maybe we'll touch on that later in the show.
Excellent. That just leaves me then. Well, first of all, the leg's getting better. I'm still haven't got back on the bike. And I found out that Manchester buses coming home, absolutely fantastic. Manchester buses going to my new place of work, absolutely awful. So, yeah, it's just one of these weird things that it's like it doesn't want me to go to work for some reason. While everybody else has been watching superhero movies, I got roped into watching K-pop Demon Hunters.
That's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And can I just say, right, I thought, what the heck's this? And
Yeah.
it's now been almost a week. I can't get any of the songs out of my head. I'm humming it in my brain right now, and it just will not go.
Well,
And
some good earworms, aren't they?
oh my God! So yes, that's one thing that I've ended up playing. I played a lot of Elite and Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, I'm carrying on with playing as Gale and really enjoying it more than my magic user, which I was quite surprised about. And of course, in Elite, flying around with the Panther Clipper, I have not done any of the CG yet. I have signed up, but I haven't done any of it, so I've still got that to do. But I have done quite well at Power Play this week, so I'm quite happy with that. So that's what I've been. Yes, that's what I've been up to this week. So let's have a quick look at the development news. What have they said this week? Well, first of all, we'll just get it out of the way. There's an FU tomorrow night. So we will find out more things about things that we will talk about later. He says, being Captain Vague. So yeah. Alec, what have the devs not said?
Right, yes. What the devs have not said, and frankly, I'm astonished that they snuck this into the last patch without giving it a mention, is they've only bloody fixed night vision. Now, some people might not realise there's even an issue, but as the community is wont to do, it's been discussed a lot. But night vision basically looks horrible. It's bright and it's jaggy. It was most noticeable when Odyssey first dropped, and when you were used to what it looked like in Horizons, it was just ugly as hell. It was just so bright and jaggy and ugh. And I went as far that the main reason that I installed ED HUD mod was because I learned that you could change the color and brightness of my night vision. So I toned mine down a lot. I turned the brightness down a lot, and I picked a color that was as non-jaggy as possible, and I've had it like that for, well, years probably. Anyway, in the last patch, the Panther Clipper update, I started seeing comments in here and there, not many, saying, has night vision changed? And sure enough, because I've been running these Dracula rally runs at night, yeah, it's bloody fixed. The theory originally, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, was that the rendering of the night vision effect was in the wrong place in the pipeline and happened after anti-aliasing. This may be bollocks, but it seemed like a plausible theory. And somehow now it happens before. I don't know. They've changed something, but if you pay attention, it suddenly doesn't. It's suddenly not horrible. It's smooth and lovely. And it's so exciting for me because if I'm being really honest, the two main bugs in Elite that annoyed me were that, and it meant it was partly I never went on the night side ever because I hated the look of night vision, and the shadows, and the fact that they've just quietly and, well, effectively, it would seem, fixed night vision gives me just a tiny shred of hope that they might fix the fucking shadows. that flicker and turn on and off and make everything look awful. Anyway, I found it very exciting.
As far as the shadows are concerned, I think it's Wintermute at the weekend told me to switch off volumetric shadows or something like that, and it gets rid of the flickering a lot. But then again, you don't get as much detail, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, it all depends on what your tolerance is for flickering shadows, I'm afraid. Right. Well, that just leaves one item which has been taking up a lot of the news space at the moment. This is the current CG that kicked off on Thursday. And it wasn't Wintermute, it must have been someone else. It was it's kicked off on Thursday, and the reason that everybody seems to be wanting it is because some of the rewards in there seem to be really, really good. They've already had to extend it, so they've added another couple of ranks on. Otherwise, it would have run out by now, apparently. So, it is effectively the Brewer Corporation is asking for a Trailblazer resupply, as a CG to deliver steel, aluminium, titanium, and CMM composite to the Starland station in Minerva. Now, the thing that's got everybody excited was it's got a Class 5 and a Class 6 of the new cargo racks available.
Not the new cargo racks. Not the new cargo racks. These are specifically pre-engineered cargo racks with increased cargo capacity. So these are not cargo racks which are Mark II cargo racks that are only specific slots. These are pre-engineered. So they have I think 35% extra capacity. I'm going to double check this.
35.
Yeah, so 35% extra capacity as opposed to the 50% extra capacity that the Mark IIs have. But
yes,
it does beg the question, because these don't exist in game. These don't exist in game at all.
You can't engineer normal cargo racks.
No.
Yeah.
So whether we're going to get after this CG either a tech broker unlock for cargo racks, or there's going to be a what's it for them?
A new engineering recipe?
New engineering recipe.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Which means,
Mm-hmm.
how much is your Panther Clipper actually going to be able to haul?
Oh,
there we go.
Don't, God.
How many Class 5s and Class 6s slots are available on the Panther Clipper now?
Yeah, or will you be able to do it for Class 4 as well? Will you be able to do all of them?
I think I saw somebody had done the sums on these, that if you got both of these 5s and both of these 6s, so if you're in the top 75 or whatever it is, put them on a clipper, you could get, I can't remember.
One too many lots.
Yeah, so
lots,
top
yeah,
75%
lots of
would
cargo.
get 2 Class 5s, 2 Class 6s, Alec.
Yeah.
Wow. But also, what witchcraft is going on here? Maybe we better not delve into that.
It's called We Can Change Numbers witchcraft.
It's Gallifreyan technology is what it is. It's
I mean, it might not be
Gallifreyan
the same as the
technology.
Mark II's cargo racks, but it's clearly using the same sorcery.
They're filing down the edges, making sure they can fit more in.
Different shaped cargo pods, which allow you to stack them in a more efficient pattern.
I mean, let's face it, the shape of the cargo pods is really kind of inefficient.
Well,
they're
aren't they?
Aren't they hexagons or something, or octagons?
Right.
They are. Yeah, they're hexagons. If they were square, then
now they tessellate.
Yeah. Got a question for you guys, actually. Would you rather, as a tech broker, would you rather an engineer?
Either. I'm not fussed. Let me engineer them to be more. Let me engineer more.
I mean, as much as I deride engineering, I think I'd rather engineering, because then I could just do it as much as I want.
Yeah, I think so. I think
it feels more honest, if you know what I mean.
I think if I was going to lean in a direction anyway, I think it would be engineering, but I'm fine with it being a tech brokering unlock as well.
I'm happy with anything.
I would like to be able to haul even more now, please.
I think I would like it to be an engineer, mostly because that would force you to visit the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, one of the most underrated things is actually visiting the engineers. All these little photographs that we've got used to before Odyssey turned up, and then actually meeting them in person is it's a rather pleasant experience.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really
For
fun.
some of them.
I like
For some
flying
of
around
them,
the
yeah.
engineers.
They'd have to be, I guess they'd have to be experimentals to force a visit.
Yeah, unless it's already with an engineer that, unless, for example, it's Farseer or something like that, and then you have to go and do it because you've got the that's choose your frame shift drive bookmark lock. So
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
You know, it'd be easier for them to chuck it onto an engineer, wouldn't it?
I don't know because
don't
like
know.
most of the new stuff has been
know.
like anytime we've had a new thing, it's been a tech broker unlock recently. Which is why I think it's
No, I
probably
mean,
more likely to
sorry.
be a tech broker unlock.
Yeah, I think
If-
tech
if
broker
we get it
unlock's
at all.
the easiest because that doesn't have anything. But if they're doing it as an engineer, it would be easier to give it to a known engineer rather than a brand new engineer. With
Oh
a
yeah,
brand
it
new
definitely
engine.
wouldn't be a brand new engineer for sure. That's a whole new person to
to go and do.
create and voice.
Bingo,
Yeah. Mind you, the one thing that I do really want with engineers is the ability to punch some of them. Can you imagine you go up, punch them and lose reputation? So, but yeah, I think Marcus Quint just deserves a good punching, that's all. I hate the engineer with a lot of passion.
All the way to Colonia so we can punch that weirdo.
Can I pose a question to you guys?
Certainly.
It might be slightly controversial.
Uh-oh.
Because we're not allowed to say anything bad about Frontier being on the program. That's a lie. I've seen it. How do you feel about there being a CG where the top 75% get, you know where I'm going, where the top 75% get extra by hauling more cargo, while the ship that is the only ship, or the ship that has the biggest and best cargo capacity, and therefore arguably able to do the same amount in less runs, is only purchasable via real money.
Oh, you know what? That hadn't even occurred to me.
Have you not heard this?
No, that hadn't even occurred to me because I've been too busy enjoying flying the Panther.
Hey, can I go first here, actually?
Yeah.
Go on then, Ben.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
so I mean-
Star Citizen man. Yes, you can go first.
you guys all know how I feel about fleet carriers, and how fleet carriers, in my opinion, already cheese hauling CGs.
Yeah.
So I've basically had to accept that because fleet carriers aren't a way I'm going to go with. And because of that, and the fact that Frontier have given me a Panther Clipper, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I genuinely think because I've had to get over myself regarding fleet carriers, I'm already over that issue.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about it. The T9. Although I do know that the Panther Clipper, it just it's almost double the capacity of the T9. You can still make one hell of a dent with the T9.
Yeah.
You get the T9. You got the Clipper. You got the cutter.
Oh yeah, there's
the
cutter's behind the cutter's behind a rank grind. The biggest ship you can get without a rank grind is the T9.
Not a real money grind though. But yeah, I mean it's kind of what Slam Dunk says, but it kind of is almost the very definition of pay to win. In you're paying to have a thing and what you win is the second set of these cargo racks that you get if you're in the top 75%.
Yeah.
That said, I would. Who knows with 3 weeks of this CG to run on Panther Clippers, but my guess is that it's pretty easy to get in the top 75 even without a Panther Clipper.
Yeah.
So in practice, I think probably not.
Okay. Okay. I would agree. I agree with all of your points. I genuinely do agree with all of your points. I think it's important to note that this is something that Frontier have chosen actively to do. During this time, I think it's important to note that this is a thing. In my very limited experience, it feels like this is the first time that they've done something like this, where they haven't then subsequently backed down and gone, oh, actually, we're going to give it to everyone. It is by definition pay to win. However, it's a very small amount of time that you do have to invest to make it not pay to win. So
you'd have to be trying really hard not to get into that top 75.
25% of people won't. This is just it. 25% of people won't, or 25% of people don't give a shit and only are happy with one, and they're like, they'll get one later. But it is absolutely, no matter how easy it is to do it in another ship, it is by definition the easiest to do it with a Panther Clipper, which is only available for credits. So it is pay to win, pay to do something quicker. If you pay your real life money, you get it quicker than you would if you weren't paying real life money. And everything is only a jump away, but you can't say actually no, that you don't get to that point quicker than you wouldn't. And this is my personal issue with it, that I wish that implication wasn't there. I wish people didn't have that ammunition to go to Frontier with.
Yeah.
No matter how easy it is.
You see, the problem is I got a sneaking suspicion they were thinking like me, and it didn't occur to them.
I'm with Colin, actually. They can be surprisingly clueless occasionally, and I think this might be one of those occasions where it hadn't occurred to them.
Yeah, but I am aware of what Psychic's saying, because there'll be a lot of people out there going, oh, this is it. This is the beginning of the slippery slope. This is where pay to win comes in. And you can, thankfully,
this is
because
testing the water kind of thing, and then it gets worse and worse.
Yeah, and this I haven't been on the forums because of the new job thing, and this is one of the occasions I'm glad I haven't been.
So I'm not on fire about it, I don't think, but it's out there. People are saying it for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like a big thing, but I just genuinely do wish that they didn't have the ammunition for it, and Frontier didn't actively give their audience the ammunition to say, look, Frontier's going pay to win now. You know what I mean?
Because now when you stand up and say there is no pay to win, somebody go, well, actually I think if you look back at the CG from July 25, you'll find there is pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a little unfair
exactly
to
that
bring. No.
They are technically correct, and that is the best kind of correct.
It's the thing. It's just that's my 2 pence on it anyway.
No, I mean, it is a valid point to make. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just think they didn't think this one through, to be honest.
I'm kind of expecting them to go back and say that they're going to give.
We've changed our minds. We've listened to Lave Radio, and we've changed.
No, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Lave by any stretch. But I just think there is.
Yeah, it'll be loose screws then, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, they're not happy about that, are they? Ah, dear. Right. Well, we should point out that there are 24,000 people, well, almost 25,000 people signed up for the CG at this moment in time, and so 25%. What's that? Over 6,000 will not get the second lot. So, yeah.
Maybe 6,000 people don't give a fuck about it, and I'm wrong. But
one set.
Yeah, I have noticed a few comments in the chat saying, "Oh, I'm checking every day to make sure that I'm still in the top 75%."
And this is the thing. And this is the thing. This is the thing as well. There's probably half of those, and I understand that there is a mentality for a lot of people in the diehard support Frontier community to be like, oh, we're just going to have to, we have to support Frontier in everything they do and blanket pay for everything and just ignore this and that. But I think it's important to bring stuff like this to a head.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be the guy that says, oh, this is the beginning of a slippery slope. But if it was any other company, I would have been saying, hang on a moment, is this the beginning of the slippery slope? So, it's I give Frontier benefit of a doubt here about them being
What
okay.
Colin is saying is that they're admiring the view in the other direction, and they've accidentally walked backwards onto the slippery slope and are now wheeling their arms frantically because they haven't realised that was right behind them.
I wouldn't say give them the benefit of the doubt. I would just say, don't attribute to malice.
For some reason, Alex's comment has just reminded me that the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie has now been is going to be released now. So
Right.
right, Alec, would you like to tell everybody what the community's been up to?
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Right, from the top, the High Wake is back. Hooray! We love the High Wake cartoons. They're always glorious. This is no exception. This one is called Being an Imperial. It's very funny. Lots of little hidden details in the background, worth watching a few times. But always an absolute delight to see the High Wake cartoons back. Next is an odd, well, not odd, interesting little one, actually, that I just spotted today. Obviously, been a lot of talk about the Panther Clipper Mark II, and in particular its cockpit. We discussed it a lot on last week's show, how unless you look over your shoulder, you don't necessarily appreciate its size. So this is somebody who's got VR, looking around the Panther Clipper Mark II cockpit in VR by Midnight Black, and it's just a short video where they take a bit of a wander around. I'm guessing their play space isn't as big as they would like. I think there's even some comment, I confess I skipped it a little bit, that meant they couldn't walk as far as they'd like. So maybe somebody else can with a bigger room, can make a second version of this. But it gives you a nice chance to see some bits of the Panther Clipper Mark II that you might not have seen if you didn't have VR. So definitely worth a quick watch. Third up, I spotted, I can't remember where I saw this now, but it reminded me of a source of information that I never look in, which is that Inara, in amongst all the lovely useful things that it has, like information on CGs and where to buy materials and all that good stuff, it gives commanders a place to write their own blogs and logbooks, effectively. And this is a very nice example called Engineering Materials with as minimum fuss as possible by Commander Tara Light. And yeah, it's an Inara logbook entry, basically a blog, which includes a really nice step-by-step guide to collection of high-grade emissions, raw and encoded materials. So where to go to get the best supplies. It talks at the beginning about how it's only going to cover getting the high-grade stuff because you can use the map brokers to trade down. And then, yeah, for each of the categories, it just tells you the best places to go, and it even has a sort of recommended ship build to zip around and do this stuff. So yeah, if anyone is still struggling to find their materials, I guess it's a lot easier these days, so probably not so many, but it's a really quick, easy to read reference guide. Right, a little batch of 10k things. Beetlejude has released her final 10k video. So she's done 10 drawings, each about something beginning with the letter K, more or less. And this one is called 10K Your Way, number 10, the Kingfisher. And it's another fantastic drawing alongside the Kingfisher megaship logs. So yeah, very effective and a fantastic drawing and a really wonderful series. There's a playlist with all 10, and it's really worth watching all 10. They're absolutely brilliant. And there's, if you look in the description of that video, there's a link where you can still make donation to Special Effect through that. Speaking of Special Effect 10K, another video I spotted today, slightly out of game, but slightly not as well, is Special Effect 10K Your Way Part 2. I'm slightly puzzled by the Part 2. I might have missed something, but there isn't, I couldn't see a Part 1 video, so maybe this is a continuation of something that happened previously. Special Effect 10K Your Way Part 2 by Ned McReady. I haven't watched it all yet. I've just skimmed it a bit. I'm definitely going to watch all of this tomorrow. It's only about 8-10 minutes long. But Ned McReady and a few mates, I think possibly, basically the premise is that they did a walk from Earth to the Pleiades, but due to lack of physical fitness and time, scaled it down to actually be a walk from Jodrell Bank to Seven Sisters Lane. So it's partly, you know, your classic sponsored walk across a little nice bit of English countryside or whatever, but with little bits of history thrown in about astronomy and stuff. So it's a really enjoyable watch. It's great. Right, final 10K thing is Commander Homburger. So over the last few years, Commander Homburger he's always had a really good Elite Dangerous blog, but he's sort of become the unofficial biographer of the Buckyball Racing Club and writes some really, really superb blogs about each race, usually weaving in a sort of side theme as well. And yeah, this one's no exception. So he blogs about his efforts to race in the 10K, the Buckyball Way race that Psychic put on last week or the week before. And the various challenges that he faced doing that. And in between, he also describes a whole bunch of, I think he was in contact with Special Effect directly to get some of this information, but breaks down a whole bunch of case studies of how Special Effect have helped individuals, and they're extraordinary stories. It's really well worth a read. I sort of felt like I knew what Special Effect did, but to read these case studies in detail just makes really, you know, really boosts the appreciation of what they do. It's just extraordinary. So yeah, a fantastic read, and yeah, a fantastic charity, as Elvis Kremen says. Right, mixed in, for people who've already read Homburger's blog, they will know it also contains some pretty terrible news, which is why my week's been a bit mixed. So basically, some people, certainly everyone in the racing community, Buckyball and the elite racers, will know Commander Sulu. Anyone that's been to any of the conventions like ECM and PitCon may well have met Commander Sulu. He's an absolutely lovely bloke, and we have had some bad news. So I'm gonna read out. So we've been in contact with his wife. So I'm just gonna, to avoid any sort of uncertainty, I'm gonna sort of describe the series of events. Sorry, it's not an easy listen, but I think it's important that people are clear about what's the current state is. So 11 days ago, Sulu had a fall, basically down some stairs. It was pretty serious, and he ended up being put into an induced coma. I think it was like that for about 5 days, and then 5 days ago, they did try to wake him, but sadly his heart stopped and he had a whole bunch of other complications, and so he was sedated again. On Friday, they had a second attempt with subsequent heart failures. Apparently he was actually down for 15 minutes, which is horrifying. And at that point, it was basically decided that they would not intervene again, and he was not expected to last the night. That was on Friday. His wife, Mandy, who's been in contact with us, bless her, and has been amazing, she contacted me again on Saturday to say that he was actually still hanging on, but that she had said her goodbyes because the prognosis was really not good. And basically it was now just a torturous waiting game. That said, I have heard from Mandy this evening, actually, pretty much right before the show, about half an hour before the show. So I'll just read out what she said, because we weren't certain what the state of affairs was. She says, "He's still hanging in there, the stubborn so-and-so. If he comes through this, it will be truly incredible. He's a real fighter." On that, I will say that Sulu embodies the absolute best of the Buckyball Racing Club. He's a ridiculously humble person. For anyone that's met him will know, incredibly modest, but the fiercest damn determination you've ever seen to learn and to try again and again and do better and better. No better evidence for that than the fact he has more rebuys than any commander I know of, well over 1,000. And
Wow.
despite constantly claiming to be an average SRV driver, I just checked today, he's actually in the top 5 of no less than 29 separate ED co-pilot time trials, and has also attended every single Elite Racer event that Tobias von Brandt has hosted. So I have to say, if any stubborn son of a bitch can survive this, then it's Sulu. His chances aren't great, but I confess that is not what thought I'd be saying tonight, but you never know. Our thoughts obviously go out to his wife Mandy, who may be listening, or maybe I'll send her the link and she'll listen to this another day. I want to thank her enormously for keeping us updated in what must be a ludicrously difficult time for her. Among other things, Sulu is basically her carer as well, so I can't imagine what life must be like for her at the moment. And if she's listening, please don't hesitate if you need anything from us. Despite being an online community, Terry's got many, many very real, genuine friends here who are completely devastated by the news, and we'll do anything we can to help if you need anything. As I said, I kind of think, like most people, that maybe this affected directly are in the buckyball and have been going through this already, but if this is shocking news to anyone, it really does help to talk. There's a lot of friends in the buckyball and Elite Racers Discord, so if anyone wants to drop in and say hello and just share your feelings on this, then feel free. We're there anytime. Yeah, so that's all we know for now. Fingers crossed, I guess. That's me, Colin.
Okay. Deep breath after that one. If you have a community event taking place soon and would like us to shout about it across the airwaves, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or email us at info@laveradio.com. All right, the in-game events. What has been happening this week? Well, there's only one in-game event, and that was on the 24th, where it tells us that the Panther Clipper has entered service, and there has been the announcement of the CG with the Trailblazer resupply calls. So, yeah, we've got a big ship and here's a CG that involves a lot of hauling that you may have paid for. Yeah. So that's all that's been in the in-game events this week, which brings us to the power play rankings. In 12th, we have the Spider Lady of Torval. She is up 6 systems to a total of 597. In 11th, Winters remains, but she gains 9 systems, up to 642. In 10th, Senator Denton Petraeus, he gained no new systems, and he stays at 667. But he has gained some fortified and stronghold systems from his exploited total. In 9, we have Delaney, who again has gained no new systems. He remains at 687. In 8, Kane gains 3 systems, bringing her total up to 844. 7, we've got Archer at 859, gaining 7 systems. And in 6th, we have Antal 1 system ahead at 860. Ooh, it's getting tense between those two. In 5th, we've got Lee Yong-Ru gaining a massive 17 systems, bringing his total up to 1,040. Fourth, we have Grom, who's gained 7 systems. That's 1,123. In third place, we have the Emperor Arissa. She's gained 7 systems, bringing her total up to 1,498. And as usual, Mahan is in second, having gained 3 systems. He's up to 1,586. But continuing to storm ahead, we have the Blue-Haired Princess, Aisling Duval, 5 new systems, bringing her total up to 1,671. So that is your Power Play rankings for this week.
Ooh, Aisling only gained 5.
I know.
Some
But
first
then-
zeros. I don't think we've had zeros before.
Oh no, Betrayus, that's he's had 2 zeros 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, really? I've not been paying attention.
Yeah, he's a double O.
It sucks, Betrayers. Ooh.
Yeah, but the same. I was quite surprised that Delaney didn't get any new systems, but then again, he has got more. And in both cases, they've got more strongholds and fortified systems, so they're eating their exploited, but they're not expanding. Which
YR got 17 then.
well, this is the thing, because sometimes it all depends on where they're placed and whether or not there's been a burst of colonization where they are. Because I did notice that, especially if you're a power that's in the center of the bubble and you're surrounded by other powers, I think we're now getting to the point where they're running out of systems in the bubble. So it's only the powers on the outside who are able to expand, who are getting the new exploited ones, and people in the middle are beginning to fight, which I think is great.
Would it be possible? I just picturing this really intriguing scenario where you have one of these colonization chains, that snakes out from whatever the bubble looks like these days. It'd be really fun if you could get power play to kind of go down that and end up with a stronghold like out in the California Nebula, where you're so far away from any other power that you've basically established this safe haven. That would be really cool. I don't know if it's possible.
No, I think that's perfectly possible. I think it's also one of the things I think will happen eventually, because
Love to see that.
yeah, because I can see that especially the powers on the outside, because when Mahan, especially Arissa and Aisling, they've all got a whole load of potential systems outside their bubbles, because they're on the edge as well as being in the center, so they can expand out as long as colonization happens. So, but when you look at Archer and when you look at Petraeus especially, because he is hemmed in by Delaney, Winters, Arissa, and Torval, so he's got nowhere to go. The only way he's getting out is if he starts fighting.
Right. God, it's really interesting. I mean, obviously our sort of rankings table doesn't do it justice, but when you start thinking about the dynamics of things like that, it's really cool. I was thinking about that idea of getting your strongholds sort of behind you rather than in front of you. Like if there's a battlefield, you don't put your encampments on the battlefield. You put it way at the back behind you, and that's the way to go. But then, as you say, there's people that can't do that because they're hemmed in.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
I know it's getting interesting, but I still am beginning to think it might have been a mistake to have power play being allowed into colonized systems.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think it is too easy to expand, and if we want more conflict and more interchange between the powers, I think powers that have got room to expand have got a massive advantage over to those who are stuck in the middle. But yes, we'll just have to wait and see how it pans
I
out.
tell you what, Colin. One thing is you say that, but only if you genuinely rank in your mind what the powers have achieved by these numbers. But anyone who's holding a stronghold in the very heart of the bubble, in some ways that's a more impressive achievement than having some stronghold in the arse end of the California Nebula. It's like you're holding key ground there.
Yeah, it is actually, because the chances are that you will have been fighting for that left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's according to our chat room, we've got Profane Pagan saying we Winter supporters are cooperating and working with Archer supporters. So it sounds like there is a little bit of cooperation here between the Federation powers versus the Empire powers. But I've always said there's too many Empire powers, but that's just me. Anyway, it's that time of the week again.
Store alert!
In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art.
Well, if you like your red or purple pulse shipskins, now's the time to buy them because they are on sale, 35 to 40% off in the store at the moment. We haven't got any new Panther skins or any new Panther clips yet, although I must admit I did like the gold one you got with the CG. So, is anybody missing any purple or red pulse ones they want?
No. No, because I don't fly any of these ships anymore, Colin. I'm sorry.
It's difficult, isn't it? Some of these aren't bad at all. They're pretty cool, but I'm just like Claire says, I'm just trying to picture when I'll next break out my, I don't know, my eagle,
Hey.
stick a purple pulse on it. I suppose.
Hey, I tell you what, Frontier, if you check out that Cobra Mark III one in Pulse Purple, make it for the Pulse Purple, but make it for the Cobra Mark V, I'm all over that shit. I'm buying it in an instant.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I suppose this is one thing that they've got to now take into account is that it doesn't matter how much you discount the ship skins for the older ships. People are not going to buy them because they're not flying those ships anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, I think soon we'll see only NPCs flying the old ships, which I think is a shame. But you know,
Can I touch? Oh, sorry.
I was going to say I still sort of like. If I've got a big combat thing to do, I do still rock out my my Corvette because of course I do. But there isn't much else that I will get out of a Mandalay for.
Just on a quick tangent, actually, on one of the things that I did on Saturday is that, I was looking through all the stats that is on the website of all the ships which are supposed to turn the fastest and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things it said was the Imperial Eagle has now been modified to be the fastest turning ship. Well, I thought, okay, I'll test that out. And I must admit, I took that Imperial Eagle out. I was not impressed. I felt that the Cobra Mark V was far more maneuverable. And I was there thinking, do they need to make a pass on that website again?
Probably.
That's sacrilege. It should. I mean, the Eagle is, one of the top-rated racing ships for maneuverability. Not quite as fast as the Viper, but it's kind of the one you break out if you're doing a, zip in and out of the mail slot station race or something. The Mark V really surpassed it in maneuverability.
Well, it felt to me, it felt like the Cobra Mark V was more maneuverable than the Imperial Eagle, because it said the Imperial Eagle is supposed to be the most maneuverable.
I'm not sure people would agree with that. I always get slagged off when I use my Imperial Eagle.
I know I'm agreeing with you, but I'm just saying that there seems to be a discrepancy between what the website says is the most maneuverable and what's the most maneuverable in the game. It just feels a little, wrong. So might need a bit of a pass on that one. I think. So on that moment,
Frontier not have something updated on the website? That's impossible. I'm so sorry.
no, valid. Valid, I'd say. Right, we're going to take a quick ad break, and then we'll come back with a whole load of discussion.
Dreams. Humanity's dreams. The hope to live among the stars. From early times, we've gazed up to the heavens and wondered if one day we could travel there. Maybe even live there. The Brewer Corporation has made this dream a reality, constructing intricate cathedrals of metal, circling numerous planets across thousands of systems in our human bubble. Why stay rooted in a gravity well when you can be free in orbit, free to dream, free to live, and one day to become the commander and be free to blaze your own trail. Brewer Corporation, the first step into the unknown. Come join us. Be free.
This is a public service announcement from the Fuel Rats. Please stop what you're doing and pay attention. If we can rescue you, we will, but you can help us help you by following these easy steps. 1. Fly 50 light seconds or so from the system's main star and drop out of supercruise. 2. Note down the current system and the nearest stellar body. 3. If you're on emergency life support, log out immediately. 4. Go to fuelrats.org and click Get Help. 5. Stay calm, hold your breath, and let our seasoned professionals do what they do best. The Fuel Rats. We have fuel, you don't. Any questions?
Waiting for things to load. Waiting for things to load. Sitting in your chair, waiting for things to load. Waiting for the manifest to update. Playing old space games. Waiting for things to load. You just want to get out there and explore space. See the galaxy. Blaze your own trail. But you're in your chair, waiting for things to load. Wait no longer, Commander! Automated cargo drones will load cargo into your ship in no time. Automated cargo drones, available now in most starports.
Welcome back. Well, it's the time when we reveal a few guesses.
Right,
I suppose the thing.
Okay.
Best thing to be is. So, as you know, we had sweepstakes
We
about
did.
various things.
We did. Now, here's the thing. And that isn't a Fantastic Four reference. Now, here's the thing. Thank you so much to Katie Anna for yet again giving me data analysis. So the Panther Clipper was released, and we have a price
Sorry about that, folks. Discord decided to do one.
Oh, Discord.
Discord fully dropped.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I don't know where we were.
Okay, does this mean everybody's got to clap so we know where we can do that?
Okay, right. I will give you some data before we go fully into it. I think according to Coriolis, what is it? 301,348,586 according to Coriolis, which is a butt ton of credits, which is fine. What we do have is we had a lot of guesses. Most of the guesses, 77% of the guesses that we received were smaller than the correct answer, and only 22% were higher than, 23% were greater than the correct answer. We had a mean was 245,587,000, etc. The mode, we both had 120 million and 350 million, both with 4 guesses each. The answers ranged between 1.6 billion, the smallest being 95,000, which was very optimistic, and the largest being 1,600,000,001 credit. So as per the previous data set, 164 entries over the 34 days in which the guesses were open. Most answers on a single day was on the 23rd of May when we had 40 entries. Katie says there are not really any outliers to take into consideration. The majority of people, however, did think it would cost less than it is, with 77% of guesses being lower than the actual in-game cost. Now, our winner, and I'm laughing because I genuinely did not expect this, but our winner, who guessed, I am finding it, 306. Oh no, that's higher. Hang on, wait, I might be wrong with this. I've gone higher. Wait.
They've bust. They went bust.
No, I've got it. No, I had our winner, who guessed 300,996,450, was Commander Optiplex. Now, that name might sound familiar to you, and that is because Commander Optiplex also guessed 1,225 for the max cargo it could have, and also won that. So well fucking done, Commander Optiplex, for getting both of them. I will get in touch with you. We have I will tell you what we have to give away. We have a PitCon decal, which I will definitely be sending to Commander Optiplex. And then we have, thank you to Frontier, we have, I believe, Frontier Crate Mark II skins, with a promise that maybe in the future there might be Frontier skins for the new ships, but we don't have those at the moment. But these are for, the Frontier Crate Mark II, which is a money can't buy reward. But Frontier sent me 3. So when we finally know what the absolute max cargo capacity for the Panther Clipper with these engineered cargo racks, including if there are any more that you can get via the tech broker, I will recheck the list and send another one to the person who has guessed correctly. Because if say, for example, if there are 4s available, I don't want to do it right now until I have it completely confirmed what the thing is. But there we go. The same person won.
Incredible.
Both. So I will be emailing you and seeing if you
His
want
name's
to.
not
If
something
not,
like John.smith@frontier.co.uk.
no, it's not. It's not in that Frontier Development's email address. No. But I will be emailing Commander Octoplex and going, my guy, what good guesses you have, and then we will take it from there. But I thought that was very, very funny. That was very funny indeed. Anyway, moving on.
Fix. Hello.
Colin.
Hello.
You lost Colin again.
I think we might have lost Colin.
Hello.
Oh, there he is, kind of there.
I heard him.
Yeah, I'm kind of there. I do apologise. I just wondered whether or not we still had a license to give out anything from the Bears at the moment. But
we do.
yes.
We do at the moment. I'm going to try and get away really quickly.
Check the small prints.
But
I've already got the code, man.
They can't recant it. Right. So that is not all that has been happening with interesting things that have happened this week. Obviously, with Frontier Unlocked happening tomorrow, they decided to drop a little teaser, which is another ship. I wasn't expecting this. So,
no.
Yeah, I was not expecting this at all. It is what looks like a big ship hidden in an asteroid field. So, I'll go around the crew and ask them what they think. Let us start with Claire.
Oh shit, I don't know. Right, okay, so here's the thing. I've got to stop saying that. Okay. So I had a crazy moment where I started looking up random ship names or random snake names that hadn't been in like the full Frontier releases before, and that we didn't cover in the remember we did like 2-3 shows about like not doing where we went through like all of the old ships basically and went, well, what would they be doing? It was a long time ago, but I went through, I opened that page that we all looked through, and then I started looking through ships and cross-referencing it with that page and looking to see what names were there, because I was like, oh, what is it? I looked at it and I thought, oh, could it be a griffin? Could it be a griffin? Because that was kind of a cool ship, and it looks like the shape of the griffin. All of the new ships have got really recognizable silhouettes, so it's not like a which Diamondback is this, or do I have to look at the arse to figure out exactly whether or not from a distance this is a Asp Scout or an Asp Explorer, and those kind of things. So I got really excited about the idea of it being a griffin, but I don't think it quite looks like a griffin. And then I saw the name Bushmaster, and I couldn't get it out of my head because I just thought because I'm an 11-year-old boy, and I just thought it was funny. And then I've seen people talk, and then I find out that in Elite and in like a very rare release for Elite Dangerous, not for Elite Dangerous, but for one of the Elite games on one particular console, there was a Bushmaster.
Oh, what?
So now I'm like, sold 100% Bushmaster will rewrite it. But I said that, and then I've seen other we'll talk about it later when we get to the question of the week answers, but it just made me laugh.
Yeah, the Bushmaster was an Arc Elite, but I haven't got any. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see why people might think that.
So if my joke turns out to it being actually a thing, I am so happy.
Yeah, we'll put you up with Octopus. What's his name? It's gone out of my head already. I am sorry. I mean, yeah, looking over it, just quickly at the picture itself, it's obviously a 4-engined vessel because you can see 4 engines. I think at the very back that looks like a fighter bay.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this wonderful, what looks like a domed thing underneath what looks like a 3-pronged cockpit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's striking me as a Lakon, but I can't think of a ship which would be the new one. Unfortunately, I know it's not going to be anything which I would really want, because I know the next ship I want is going to be something Imperial and with 3 wings. But yeah, and Alec, Ben, any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the 3-pronged. I love the lighting, just in the photo generally. It's a cool photo. Yeah, the 3 prongs are really cool, actually. It's really interesting cockpit layout. I haven't really done my homework like the rest of you nerds, so I've got no idea what it is from an old game. But
I opened up a wiki that said snake names.
right, the thing that struck
That's
me,
more than I do.
two things that struck me is it's really wide or really short, I suppose. But you can barely. So we've got these 2 engine glows in the kind of left-hand side of the image, and you can just see a little bit of one of the engine glows on the other side behind the asteroid. So we can assume there's the 4th one further out. So, and it's compared to its length, it's really wide, which is quite unusual for an elite ship. And the other thing that strikes me, people are saying it's big. I don't know if you can tell that from this or not, really. But if the thing with a big miner, I'm not quite convinced that a big ship is good for mining. I mean, I know you can fill up with a lot of stuff. So if you want to mine for 4 hours and just fill up, you can. But
You don't want to get that big one into all those nooks and crannies.
yeah, for core mining, it's hopeless.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Unless they give us the thing I mentioned, which they won't. This is pie in the sky stuff. But unless they give us the mining ship launch fighter.
Ah. You can see the fighter bay. That is definitely a fighter bay.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah. Mind you, I have to take issue with that because I love mining in my T9. I think my T9 is it was my perfect miner and it was my perfect trader until the Panther Clippers come along. But yeah, it's I don't know. Ben?
Yeah, I think I'm with Alec here. It's like she's definitely a wide boy. I think she's quite big. And
plenty of girth. Is that what you say?
Lots of girth. Just what we needed more of with the Panther Clipper. No, we have. I can't remember. It's what the heck this thing is. I've got no real idea.
Yeah, we're all thinking. Well, obviously, because it's in a mining, an asteroid field, we're thinking miner, aren't we?
Yeah.
And there hasn't been a dedicated mining ship yet.
No.
I would argue. I would argue that the Type 8, with its perfectly positioned hard points, might hide under the guise of not being a dedicated miner, but for it to have that one size 2, is it, for which it needs for exploding asteroids? It's for me, it is my core mining ship. I don't do core mining very much, but it is the one that I would choose.
Yeah.
Isn't that one? Isn't the Type the large gun on that just facing rear?
No.
No. Okay, I must have. It's been a little while since I was in my Type 8, so I'll need to have a check of that.
I mean, I have honestly no idea what this is. She looks big, but I'm with Alec. I think a medium ship is better for mining.
Hang on a sec. One thing I do have to ask, that dome thing at the bottom. Do you think is that an SRV bay or is it? Okay, it's an SRV bay.
I think it's an SRV bay.
Not the cockpit, where you have the cockpit with all that stuff over the top.
No, but if it was, that would be
weird.
Yeah,
it'd be weird.
We had different opinions on that.
I mean, it would suck, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, but it's no different from the Corsair because you can't look down in the Corsair. This is the one you wouldn't be able to look up.
Yeah,
the cockpit's got to be in that central prong. It would be.
I know. It probably has to be, Alec. It's just I was there thinking.
Yeah.
You can see sort of like the greeble paneling on the front, and it doesn't on the front of that dome, and it doesn't look. like it is
a cockpit. Yeah,
like it is the cockpit. It would be. I think that would be so dope if it were, but I don't think it is.
I've got a stupid question. Can you get what's the thing that you need to? It's the abrasion blaster, isn't it? That once you crack
Yeah.
open, can you get a turreted abrasion blaster?
Yeah. I thought
Right.
you did.
I was just thinking whether you could, what the way turrets operate in multi-crew. I know
Yeah.
nobody really liked it because it didn't quite give the Star Wars experience, but that would get around the maneuverability problem. If you look at that dome and you imagine that was a turreted abrasion blaster, if you could hop into that to shoot, I don't know, rather than having to try and point the ship at what you want to shoot, if you could just.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll say that. Well, this is the thing because they tried to get multi-crew to work with Guardian weapons because the turreted Guardian weapons can only be fired by a player. I mean, I would love that kind of thing to happen, but
It's thinner than it is. The more I look at this picture, I'm zoomed right in looking at the picture, and there are kind of like there's ribs underneath, and then the back end sort of splays out from those ribs. I think it could be a griffin, you know. I don't know what the Bushmaster was kind of just like
it's just a brick.
Blocky shape. It's just a blocky shape, isn't it? I've got that open too. I think it could be it could have a bit of an hourglass shape. Oh, I'm excited.
Well, we'll probably find out more about it tomorrow. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how close we are to a griffin. Because yeah, and it'd be nice for them to reuse some of the old names as well.
Yeah.
Right. So moving on from now, I think Claire, it's that time where we talk about questioning people.
Yeah, we did. So thank you, Frontier, for literally handing me the question of the week on a silver platter. I very much appreciate that. So our question of the week was obviously, what is this new ship? What is it called? And what is it for? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Yeah, it was what is this new ship called and what is it for? And we had lots of lovely answers, but they're all kind of quick. If you don't know, if we've been doing this for like a year now, but on a Sunday at around some point between 12 and 2, which is around the sort of same time that the Chris Mark 4 does his radio show on
you say okay.
I forgot which I forgot which Chris it was for a moment. Oh right. The Chris Mark 4 does his radio show on
the
Black Diamond
they all
FM.
merged together.
The problem is I'm married to one of them and I need to remember that one. But on a Sunday and between 12 and 2, I work out the question of the week on our Twitter, on our Blue Sky, and on our Discord. So if you're following on Twitter, Blue Sky, or you're in our Discord, you will be able to see it and then answer the question of the week. And our question was, what is a new ship? What's it called? And what's it for? Alec.
Darth Phantom says, the first thought that crossed my mind is the Vanguard DLC fleet carrier for squadrons. I believe that was Ben's first thought as well, which I thought was insane at the time, but there you go.
Haven't they actually shown us that?
Yeah, wasn't it like a fleet carrier?
Yeah, we've seen the Vanguard. It's not it. It's not this. Besides, this has got an engine trail and you can't pilot fleet carriers, so
no, not in a strike field anyway. Right, I have Epsilon Orbital. My guess that it will be some sort of large combat or mining vessel.
Good shout.
Can you imagine, Claire, if it's something that would take away from your Federal Corvette?
I'd fly it instantly. Corvette can get in the bin as far as I'm concerned. I am fickle.
You
I don't
are
have
not
an emotional
sentimental,
relationship.
are you?
I don't have an emotional relationship to any of my ships. I get the job done. It's a space game. Forest Barbarian says, it seems like a mining focused ship, but that picture could be a feint. I don't do a lot of mining. One trip at a time in my Python Mark 1 is plenty enough for me, but gotta have them all, so I get this one too.
Unqualified for Life has also just watched the Fantastic Four movie, and they're saying it's Galactus.
Too
It's a
small.
fair point.
Too small to be Galactus.
It's good. Fair point. Fair point.
Fish Tales USA. Imperial Trader or Puma Clipper? Puma Clipper.
Out of the two, the Puma Clipper's more likely. That doesn't look pretty enough to be the Imperial Trader.
Would it be weird for Frontier to release the Panther Clipper and then the Puma Clipper? I don't know.
No.
Maybe
no,
not.
because they need to justify the new
Sorry.
Mark II. What's it?
Helmut Rockenberg has just cracked me up.
The pubic clipper, yes, absolutely.
We'll end up having to do age checking. People will have to age check to listen to our short shows.
But it's because it wouldn't surprise me if they had something else. They added something else to the game that had the specified Mark II cargo rack slots. Because at the moment there's only one ship that has them.
Yeah,
so.
you're right. It would be weird, wouldn't it?
I have Richard Bentley. Looks like there's a ventral turret or a very large cargo door. Yeah, that's what I thought could be a good bridge.
Or a bizarre cockpit or a round SRV bay.
Yeah. Maybe there needs to be a specially round SRV bay because there's a new SRV
Oh my
coming.
god, I know what it is. It's not an SRV. It's a Zorb deployment chute. So we can go zorbing now.
Oh my god!
Please.
Yes, please! I'm on board.
Oh, but not in VR.
Not in VR.
Not.
Please. On a Sunday morning at ECM, please.
Reva says, if it's a boa, I'm coming back. Boa was slimmer, wasn't it? Boa was a slimmer ship.
Yeah, wasn't it long and thin?
It was kind of a fatter version of the Anaconda, I thought. Shorter, but fatter version of the Anaconda.
Maybe then.
Diva Mage thinks it may be a dredger. Yeah, I'm not convinced there either, but you know.
So to add to the Bushmaster, to add to this stupid Bushmaster theory, the Bushmaster used to, correct me if I'm wrong, those of you who've played this, it used to plow through asteroids to eat them. So it could be.
Nom nom nom.
I'm sorry, I didn't spot this earlier on, but I now can't. I'm the Bushmaster. You know, you presumably knew what you did there. I didn't. The Bushmaster. Oh my god.
God.
First time we did any research.
We're gonna have to make a new advert. We're gonna totally have
catch up,
to make a
Alec.
new advert.
Oh.
That's why I got so excited.
It's the Panther Clipper Mark II versus the Bushmaster. Which one will we win?
We get the Bushmaster for men.
Griffisark. I'm going to go with. I would like to think it was the Boa Mark II or something kind of like an Anaconda for mining. It's very wide. A sideways
kind of like
Anaconda.
a Bushmaster then.
It's the Bushmaster.
Oh my god! If it's the Bushmaster, I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up my HOTAS. I don't know how that works, but it's happening.
I have Viking Zero. I think this is the carrier for Vanguards. But I'm sorry. We've seen the carrier, and I don't think it is because it's too small.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Misery Cord says it's a mini dredger.
Which is actually what you just described the Bushmaster as being.
Yep.
So what she's saying is another one for the Puma Clipper Mark II.
The thing is, so both of them were very, very large cargo vessels, and yeah, I was hoping that they would have something different from hauling cargo.
I'd love to circle back to not the Bushmaster. I'd love to circle back to the Griffin that was in I had maybe I did a little bit more research, but the Griffin in Frontier, wherever the Panther Clipper was the next size down from the Panther Clipper for haulage size as well. Just putting it out there, just putting my 2 thoughts out there. I really want to be right this time, lads. I'm not going to lie.
I can't believe how many of these people have been doing their homework and are quoting ships from old games, whereas I just went, it looks quite wide and it's got nice headlights. I feel like such an idiot now. Anyway, Coffin Callis says Bushmaster Mark III. 2 with an exclamation mark, sorry. Bushmaster Mark II with an exclamation mark.
Bushmaster!
Bushmaster.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I am just looking at Frontier. There isn't a Bushmaster in Frontier. But yeah.
No, that was the Griffin, wasn't that? The Bushmaster was in, what was it, Archimedes Elite? Is that the thing?
Archimedes, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean about the Griffin carrier. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
With that little hourglass shape as well.
Yeah, it could be.
Is your Panther Clipper blocked? Get the Bushmaster.
From Saracen.
I have a Pathos. Or is it a packet crisps? A pack crisps? I don't know. He says, Keelback Mark II with even larger flappy wings.
Fair.
Yeah.
Good shout, Apaphis. Dakoso says, it looks pretty wide and the spare thrusters remind me of the crates. So a crate chonko.
Excellent.
Chunky crate.
Yeah.
I'm with Takoso. Screw all these nerds quoting old ship names. It's pretty wide, isn't it? That's what I reckon too.
Crate chonko.
Good answer, mate.
Nicey wants it to be a heavy combat ship, but they doubt it would be they would frame a teaser for one in such a minery way. Panther Clipper Mark III, anyone? One thing I was thinking about, you know how they're framing it in a minery way. We do have high-res and low-res extraction zones.
It's got to be a mining ship. That'd be such a...
we have extraction, high-res. And they're in mining locations.
Yeah.
It could be Pew Pew, and they're just teasing us a little.
Elvis Kremen. Potentially a Type 12 that's a dedicated mining hauler. What's happened to the Type 11? Type 12 that's a dedicated mining hauler that gets some new refinery mining tech. While I don't mine myself, I feel like the miners could do with some love at last.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where the Type 11 went is the same place that the Type 8 went for a really long time.
Clearly.
Yeah, right. I have Katiana. I think the rocks might be a clue about it being a designated mining vessel. Or it might just be shy. I think she's called Petra. Yeah, so...
Designated mining vessel would be very cool. Jade Fire says, I'm going to venture it's a Lacon or Core Dynamics mining ship. It'd be interesting to see a Core Dynamics ship that's not a combat ship. It would be.
Grey area, you could... Oh, no, sorry. It's not me. Ben?
Shall I do Neil Wiley then? No. Grey area UK. Type 8 Heavy. A combat-oriented version of the Type 8. Should be
I like that. I like that. Because it's got the prongs of the... Yeah, I like that.
It's got the prongs.
Yeah.
You just scale up a Type 8.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Neil Wiley says, I'm all for a dedicated mining ship. However, there are not enough resources in rocks currently to support more lasers or limpets. Hopefully FDev can do something about this. More resources.
More resources to mine, please. Go mining them out.
We demand bigger asteroids.
Yeah. Daedalus, it's got to be a miner. I'm hoping it's made by Lakon, one that can defend itself as well as mine quickly. Oh, as a mine quickly, yeah. Sorry. Comma problems, sorry about that. I think it's too much to ask that this would be called the Type 14. Hang on, it's 11, 12 and 13 gone?
Yeah, we don't do skipping the odd numbers now.
Julius says, for some reason, my brain auto-completed the name to Pelican. I find the dome on the underside of the ship interesting. Perhaps it contains mining sensors that are integrated into the ship.
That sounds fun.
Oh, that does sound fun.
Built-in mining suite.
Yeah. Finn McRaven is saying a short and sweet Crate Mark III.
It also could be that.
Yeah, but
also could be that.
Again, the cockpit shape. Profane Pagan says, I see Lakon heat vents, an SLF hangar bay, and from this point of view, a medium-sized ship. But who knows how tall it is, right? Type 7 is staring at us from the distance. I have two ideas on what it could be. Although the Type 8 is a great miner already, maybe FDev is planning to involve SLF hangars in the mining role in the near future. Ship launch miner. Yes, please. So this could be the dedicated Lakon mining ship, or the asteroid belt on the picture is a smokescreen, and we are looking at a new generation of Alliance Defense Force fighter developed by their shipbuilder, Lakon.
Yes, it could
Good
be.
answer.
It could be just a disguise. Starships in disguise.
That's a really well thought out answer, Profane Pagan. But I raise you, fucking Bushmaster. Come on.
We got Silas Resi, Boa Mark II, but honestly, I've got no idea.
Noman Looney says, from the parts I can see, it looks like a Lakon space race cargo ship. Could they be building the successor to the Type 10? A Type 11?
No, there is no Type 11.
That assumes that they can count to 11. If it's a Type 11, or if it is a Type 11 show, next week's show is titled "It Goes All the Way to 11." Yeah. You know it. We all know it.
Yeah. Hamburger. Don't think any idea as I do, frankly. Oh, I think it's a spaceship of some kind.
You're not wrong, Hamburger. That's the most right.
He's obviously used up all his words in the blog.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's me. The Jinx effect. Kestrel? Question mark. Though why would it be in an asteroid field and not peeking out behind canyon ridges on an atmospheric world?
Because we can't have canyon ridges in atmospheric worlds?
At once.
The Kestrel wasn't that the tiniest ship there was?
I think it is. I think it was tiny, yeah.
So, right. So the Jinx effect is he's funning us. Well, I've checked Will. It's the Type 11 Lakon, short and stubby. Its main role will be a budget passenger ship for Ryanair, where you can charge extra for the air supply. In all seriousness, not a clue. We'll be interested to find out.
Yeah. Sir Oberon says, I believe it is a Lakon ship from what little we can make out of its structure. It has that Lakon vibe, in my opinion. Whatever it is, it's not a medium class, unless Frontier are going back on their word about no more medium-sized ships for the foreseeable future. What's it going to be called, though, is anyone's guess. Type 12, because FDev love to jump numbers in the Type series. Or what about the Killback Super Heavy? I've heard some people peddle the Bushmaster. It was me. You heard me. I played Elite 2 Frontiers. Yeah, I'm that old, and I have no memory of that ship. Again, yeah, I'm that that old, so no idea if it's anything like what could be in the teaser image. I would love for it to be a Boa Mark II as an SCO successor to the Anaconda, with all the guns, more physics-breaking armor, and the asteroid field is just a red herring to hide the details. But I will continue dreaming and just take the boring option of saying it will be the Lakon Type 12, cough, Type 11, cough.
Commander the Stig's cousin. The shape looks reminiscent of the USS Defiant from DS9. Gosh, I hope it's a mining ship. There's a funny looking bowl turret on the bottom as well. I'm putting it down for a Lakon ship called the Prospector.
Yeah, I saw the jokes about the Defiant, and I was there thinking they're not wrong.
Bushmaster, now with special ball turret. Sorry.
Bushmaster, echo,
added
echo,
balls.
echo.
Commander Schnails says, I think I'm going the other way. Maybe Lakon, but I'm thinking Vulcan DeLacy. And I'm DeLacy. And I'm thinking it's
Lacy.
not large, rather very small. The silver bit, half covered by the asteroid, looks a little like the plate that becomes the SRV bay. I'm throwing my hat in the ring for a Viper Mark V. To be fair, this is totally wishful thinking. I really wanted my Mark V. The tiny footprint of the Mark III and IVs makes them excellent for exobiology. And, well, I just want one.
I think it's a small ship.
You think that's a small ship?
I don't think it's a small ship, mate. I'm so sorry.
Is it big or is it
It
far
might
away?
just be really close.
Maybe it's far away.
Are you saying I'm being fucked over by perspective here and it's not the Bushmaster? Because it needs to be. Here's the thing: it needs to be the Bushmaster.
Okay, we've got Little Biggin. I've got to be very nice here because you can cut me off at any time. Okay, I think this ship is doing a bamboozle. It's not a mining ship. It's in fact a large core dynamics combat ship on patrol in an asteroid belt. I think it could be called the Falcon or the Kestrel or something like that. It's quite boxy and angular, so it fits their design language, like the FAS. Failing that, it's just a miner with a dredger nommer on the front.
I'd love a dredger number on the front. That would be like the full and the different ship. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That sets it apart from the rest.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm just looking again at the triple cockpit and thinking it would be funny if it wasn't a triple cockpit, but like those kind of electric garden shears you can get that have teeth that look a bit like that and they kind of move.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm now looking through Frontier Asteroids website, looking through all the ships which they've been marked as, because the one thing that happened with the old versions of Frontier and First Encounters is that a lot of people actually updated the models so they look a lot more modern instead of the bricks that they were. And yeah, I'm desperately looking through to see if there's any that would match that. But yeah, the Griffin does seem to be the the one that would match it. Ah, dear. So overall, looking forward to hearing about that tomorrow. I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit more on Vanguards, to be honest. So
don't get your hopes up, mate. I think we've had everything in that.
Oh, yeah. Although, didn't they say that Vanguards was coming out next month?
In August, they said.
Comes out when the CG finishes.
Yeah, I was thinking that when the CG ends, then Vanguards arrives.
Yeah, because we get like the because not only will we get Vanguards, but we'll also get a tech broker unlock with the new cargo racks.
Yeah. Interesting. Right. Does anybody else have any other business? I got one thing, which is weird, but anybody else?
No, do your weird thing.
Right. Has any of you here heard of the mathematician Anna Fry?
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of your head. Well, she does humorous radio 4 programs, and then she explained something to me which I didn't realize, which makes me think even less of Tesla than I did ever before. Because you know that there is a Type S, a Type 3, and then a Type X and a Type Y. Put all that together, and what you get? I
think I've heard that before.
Yeah, I hadn't, and I just went, oh, that's not even funny.
Could have been worse. Could have been the Type N, the Type 4, the Type Z, and the Type 1.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't have put it past him.
No, very true. Okay, shout outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on Thursdays at 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv, Hutton Orbital Truckers, or if you just want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that who likes a bit of CQC action, you can check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. Also, we'll give shout-outs to the following Elite Dangerous podcasts. So, hello to the Guard Frequency and welcome back. And also, hi to the Loose Screws. But if you speak French...
Colin, come on now. We've talked about this. I let the funky music do the talking.
Then you can tune into the Elite Dangerous podcast, who also do these fantastic custom missions as well. So following on this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest, as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And we'd like to thank everybody who's chipped in the Twitch chat. And Ben, did you have any in-game commanders? No,
I haven't. But that's not too surprising, because I'm flying around basically doing engineering.
Ah, fair enough then. In that case, we'll say special thanks to Commander Tokuso, JN Trax, and Alan Stroud of all created music that we use on the show. So that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find the contact links at home/contact us menu on the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Ben.
Good evening, Colin.
Thanks to Claire.
Thank you. And also, I should add, we played a track by Dior before the show started as well. We were going to start introducing some tracks from Dior, because Dior's doing some amazing stuff with like ambient and lo-fi music. And we're going to play some of those at the start of the show as well, because he's excellent. I just needed to add that.
Excellent. Alec, thank you.
Thanks, Colin. Night all.
And of course, special thanks goes out to today's tech specialist, the little big yen, Chris Mark 5.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So, until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, avoid the red lights when undocking and don't crash into the letterbox on the way out.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. You need a safe word. Space can be loaded. I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Update, 28th of July, 3311. Brewer Corporation says it has tripled its demands for vast stocks of titanium, aluminium, steel and CMM composites to give more commanders a chance to take part. Its initiative, based at Starlay Station in the Minerva system, aims to restock the Brewer fleet of megaships that are in turn used to supply these commodities to commanders who are colonising new systems. It is paying 10 times the market rate and offering high capacity size 5 and size 6 cargo racks as a reward, which has already encouraged more than 20,000 commanders to participate. The initiative is supposed to last for 4 weeks, conveniently ending in the week the Vanguard squadron carriers are due to be released. Without Brewer increasing the goal, it would have been over in a week, even with the revised target of 1.5 trillion tonnes of the 4 commodities. Current estimates are that the initiative may conclude a week early. That's if Brewer doesn't hike the goal again. The Brewer megaships are not currently able to offer any titanium, aluminium, steel or CMM composites, mainly because Brewer is worried commanders would buy the goods from the Trailblazer Echo in Minerva and sell them back to Starlay Station 600 light seconds away in the same system for 10 times the price. Of course, Brewer's fears are groundless. Commanders would never dream of such a thing.